welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi, I'm Lucia and this is my SimLucy YouTube channel where I try to create mostly fantasy inspired stuff. And yes, I'm doing both create a sim and speed build videos. By the way, I am a 23-year-old graphic design student from Croatia, and I really love architecture and art in general. I love being creative and, making things, creating stuff. So I am currently on a slightly chaotic mission to recreate the entire ACOTAR universe in The Sims 4. Yeah, that's right. So this whole thing is part of my big ACOTAR Save File Project, where I'm building my own vision of Prythian, world by world, lot by lot, sim by sim. Now, before the hardcore book fans come for me, this is inspired by the books. It's not a 100% accurate recreation of it. And as you may already know, Sims has limitations, many limitations in fact. But what I'm really trying to capture here is the magic, the vibe, the essence of this fantasy world. You know, that dreamy, otherworldly feeling you get when reading the books. So, this is how I imagine this project to go. Each court will be assigned to a specific Sims 4 world. So, for example, Spring Court is Willow Creek, because I think those two just go so well together. Then Summer Court is Solani from Island Living, because, it's kind of obvious why. Plus, I can build above the water, yay, which is great for the vision I have of Tarquin's palace. Then Autumn Court is going to be in Ravenwood, the newer world we got with the Life and Death expansion pack. So this pair was a no-brainer for me. They just go so well together, and in Ravenwood is always autumn, so it's just exactly what I need. Then we have Winter Court. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Oh my god, I have no idea what to pair with that one. So please, guys, help me and give me some suggestions in the comments, please, because I really don't know. Dawn Court is going to be Tartosa from My Wedding Stories, because, well, I don't know how to properly explain the reason. It just fits too well, at least for me and my vision of the Dawn Court. Then Day Court is Oasis Springs, which I think is also a pretty decent pairing because of the desert area, I don't know. And my dearest Night Court is going to be my dearest Windenburg from Get Together, because that world is just perfection, just like the Night Court. And of course, let's not forget about the Mortal Lands. That's going to be in Hanford and Bagley from Cottage Living, with all the chickens and cute cottages, just perfect. So, now let's talk about my Winter Court crisis for a second. I genuinely struggled to find a world that fits. There's literally no world in The Sims 4 that has permanent snow. Like, come on EA, give us one Frosty Kingdom, please. Sure, the world from Snowy Escape has snow on top of the mountain, but the overall vibe just didn't fit, and I don't even have that pack anyway, so yeah, I had to get creative, so I kinda paired it with North Haven, the newest world from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. I don't know why, but that one was the only option I had, kinda. And I'm not too mad about it, honestly. I can kinda see the Winter Court vision when North Haven is under snow. I don't know, what do you guys think? Fun fact, Each seasonal court in ACOTAR is tied to a permanent season. So spring court is always spring, summer is always summer, you get the idea. While the solar courts experience all 4 seasons. But guess what? Sims doesn't let you lock or even change seasons per world, so unfortunately I can't have, for example, spring in one world and a snowstorm in another at the same time. Major sad face. Luckily, some worlds like Solani and Ravenwood don't cycle through seasons the same way, so I worked around it, but still give us a seasonal lock or change per world mod, someone, I'm begging, please. And yeah, as for the night court, choosing Winterberg was a no-brainer. It's big, I think it's actually the biggest world we have in The Sims 4, and overall it's so stunning and beautiful. It has mountains, a coast, a river, we can pretend it's Sidra, and a mysterious island where I can build something like the prison, for example. And yeah, like it screams night court, right? Anyway, the reason we are here today is the Spring Court Greenhouse Ballroom. This lot is located in Willow Creek, right next to Tamlin's palace, because of course he needs a fancy venue for balls and parties. And it's a community lot set as a Longue. So I imagined this build to reflect everything I love about the Spring Court. So flowers, fountains, whimsical fairy tale gardens, and it's all going to be there. So I pictured it placed in the middle of a dreamy romantic garden with colorful blooms everywhere, romantic pavilions, glowing fireflies at night, and fairy lights strung all over. And the greenhouse itself is almost circular with tall glass walls and of course glass ceilings so you can dance under the stars. Romantic, dramatic, a little extra, absolutely, but we love it. So later on you will see that the walls are going to be covered in ivy and flowers because subtlety, don't know her. On the ground floor there is going to be a dance floor in the center, obviously, and a literal throne for Tamlin to majestically sit on and, you know, overlook all the festivities like the dramatic High Lord he is. And upstairs is going to be like a dinner area with tables, food, drinks, refreshments, and all that. You know, the full royal banquet experience, basically. So now let me quickly walk you through my build process. I usually start with the architecture. I mean, I always do. You know, figuring out the layout, the overall shape, how to make it, you know, elegant, beautiful, but still nature focused, in this case, for example. And then, oh my gosh, I start landscaping. And to be honest, guys, I genuinely believe that I'm so bad at landscaping, and I really hope that one day I will get better at doing that. But yeah. And you will see later on that I may or may not have placed 500 plants, you will see. And after that, I start decorating the interior. And that's usually my favorite part. And in this case, in this build, I went full romantic royal fantasy vibes. So I really tried to make the space feel like it's alive, like it belongs in a court where magic is everywhere. Even if Sims 4 doesn't give us actual fey magic yet, cries. I'm doing my best using some wonderful mods and custom content, and I will use this opportunity to recommend you guys 2 mods I cannot live without. So first is called Fairies vs Witches by Spinning Plum Buffs, and the second is the Royalty mod by Lazy Knave. Now, I'm so sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but I will put all the links in the description below so you can download it. Also, I highly recommend downloading as much CC from Alexandre as you can, because he is my all-time favorite CC creator and makes probably the best historical custom content in the world. Guys, I love his custom content so much, I can't even put it into words. And of course, I made a full CC and mods list for this build, and you can download it along with the tray files from the link I put in the description below. So if you want it, and if your computer can handle a lot of CC, go ahead, download it and throw some magical fate parties with your sims. So yeah, that's the Greenhouse Ballroom, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't have time to watch the whole thing, feel free to skip ahead to around the 21st minute of the video to see the finished screenshots of the build. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like button, subscribe and leave me a comment. And also let me know what court you'd want to live in if you were in Prythian. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe we'll head to the summer court or autumn court or night court next, who knows. Stay tuned and find out soon. Bye bye guys!